Okay, let's talk about this tragic boat accident in New York Harbor. Imagine this. A beautiful summer night, the Statue of Liberty lit up in the distance, people out on the water having a good time. And then in a matter of minutes, everything goes horribly wrong. A boat capsizes, 2 lives are lost, and suddenly we're all asking, how did this happen? And who's to blame? Well, let's dive into this, because there's a lot more going on here than just a freak accident. First off, the basics. A 27-year-old mom and her 5-month-old baby died after a boat flipped near Liberty Island. The captain's been arrested for reckless endangerment, and the Coast Guard's saying this might have been an illegal charter. Wait, illegal charter? That's the detail that immediately caught my attention. What does that even mean? From what I've learned, an illegal charter isn't just about paperwork, it's about safety. These boats aren't inspected, they don't have the right safety gear, and the crew might not be trained properly. So this wasn't just a random accident, it was preventable. And that's what makes this so infuriating. Let's break this down. The boat had 14 people on board. Now, I'm not a maritime expert, but even I know that overloading a boat is a recipe for disaster. Was this captain cutting corners to squeeze in more passengers? Maybe to make more money? And here's the thing. People probably booked this trip thinking it was safe. They didn't know they were risking their lives for a sunset cruise. That's the hidden danger of illegal charters. They look legit until they're not. Now the human element here is crushing. A mother and her infant daughter, gone. I can't even imagine the panic of seeing your child in the water. The cold shock of the harbor at night. The desperation to keep them above water. And to think this baby was only 5 months old. Her whole life ahead of her. It's moments like this that make you realize how fragile everything is. But here's the question I can't stop thinking about. Could this have been avoided? If the Coast Guard had intercepted this boat earlier, if someone had flagged this captain's lack of credentials, would they still be alive? On the flip side, let's acknowledge the heroes here. The crew of the City boat who jumped in to rescue 11 people? That's incredible. And the Coast Guard's rapid response probably saved lives. But here's the twist. Their heroics shouldn't be covering for systemic failures. If we're relying on Good Samaritans and emergency crews to fix preventable disasters, we're already losing the bigger battle. This incident screams for stricter enforcement of boating laws. Why do these illegal operations even get off the dock? Where's the oversight? And then there's the legal side. The captain's facing 13 counts of reckless endangerment, 1 for each passenger. But here's the thing. Criminal charges might send a message, but they don't address the bigger issue. How do we stop this from happening again? Maybe it's about public awareness. If people knew how easy it is to book a death trap disguised as a party boat, would they think twice? Or maybe it's about penalties so severe that cutting corners becomes a worse gamble than compliance. At the end of the day, this isn't just a story about a boat crash. It's about the value we place on human life versus profit, convenience, or negligence. It's about how regulations exist for a reason until someone decides to ignore them. And it's a reminder that tragedies like this aren't just accidents. They're the result of choices. So here's my challenge to you. Next time you're booking an adventure, whether it's a boat ride or a skydiving trip, ask questions. Check credentials. Safety isn't sexy, but it's the difference between a fun memory and a headline. What do you think? Are we too quick to trust that the people in charge know what they're doing? Let me know in the comments because this is a conversation we need to keep having.